In this video, I will talk about SQL Server blocking caused by autogrowth. It is a common DBA blind spot. We will take a look at why it is a common DBA blind spot, because we get the symptoms like the sessions are running slow, inserts and updates are slower, the blocking is happening. We start looking at the lead blocker, but the blocking is quite a moving blocking, and it happens in a burst, and then few seconds later it is good. We cannot identify a particular table or row lock that is causing a blocking, a particular process that is causing a blocking. We see different weight types, but most of the weight types that we need to keep an eye on, some type of a write weights happening. So WRITELOG or PAGELATCH or some other weights that we will see. Let's take a quick demo to this. I will just start this. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Now let's create a database called Autogrowth demo. In this database, I'm putting the database in simple recovery mode. I am at this point just making sure that data file size is 1 MB, a smaller size. Data and log both. Let's verify that. You can see it's about 1 MB size of data and log file size. Now let's create few objects. I am creating 3 different tables. Okay. And after creating these 3 tables, we will be inserting a simple insert statement. Let's take a look at this. Oh, okay, makes sense, because it looks like I did not create a table yet. That's okay. Let's create one more time. Yep, table is actually created. You can see a small insert. So I will be inserting this row many times in one of the session. Let's copy this. Start a session 1. Okay. We'll comment out this line. Let it run. On session 2, I am doing the same thing, but I am inserting to a different table. So when these inserts are going on, by default, there's no common object that they should be blocking at. You can see table 3 has its own inserts going on, similar like the others. So there's no way they should be blocking each other. There's no common table blocks or things that they need to take. Now, while this is happening, let's see what the session is doing right now, how the activity looks like. So you can see some weights are happening, WRITELOG weight, inserts are going on. Okay, let's run this one more time. Couple of times if we run it, we'll see, okay, writes are happening, and we'll see blocking happening. Now, why this blocking is happening? Let's say lead blocker is 77. 77 is not blocked by anything, but it's blocking 78. Why 78 is blocked? Let's take a look what type of statement it's running. So you see this, the table 2 insert is blocking table 3 insert. How come? It is because there is an auto growth happening that is causing this blocking. And we can see that is a moving blocking. Everything is running slow. We can run any other version of SPHU to that you like. You can see some waits are happening right here, but you can't identify, hey, this blocking, or why these sessions are running slow, why these inserts are slower than normal. You will not be able to identify these that easily. But if you keep an eye on weight types, you will be able to see all the weights are happening on writes. You can see. And a lot of people, a lot of DBAs go and look at, hey, maybe the disks are not responding that fast. And the investigation goes in that direction, which for me, yeah, it may need to go there, but let's first take a look at, hey, why these weights? Are we doing some auto growth? How's our database looks like? How much free space is there and whatnot? So let's take a quick look at the auto growth. We can get this information from default trace, and it's pretty quickly. You can see that auto growth is going on and it's delaying that many seconds. Every time things are getting growing is going to say pause. So the real problem, I will go back to the solution part of it, where the problem is the data files configured are very small, tiny auto growth increments going on, and then auto growth is a synchronous process, which means it's going to pause all activities for the file to grow. So if a file needs to grow, it will pause all sessions, grow the file, come back and do the rest of the work, and then it will repeat all over again. So we can see that in our demo also. If I look at the default trace, it basically says I have waited that many milliseconds. Yes, milliseconds is waiting it almost 0 seconds, but this smaller delays also cause issues when it runs in hundreds of sessions. Okay, now let's take a look at how do we solve this problem. So in order to solve it, we need to make sure that we pre-allocate the data and log file size, avoid smaller auto growth increments. We should fix an auto growth something like 512 MB or 1 GB, and then we should also consider enabling the instant file initialization. Let's take a look how we can do that. So for instant file initialization, you need to make sure that you go to local policies. Okay, if we open local policies, okay, in local policies, go to user write assignments and look for perform volume maintenance task, and the SQL Server service account should be part of this particular policy. This will help. Okay, let's take a look at what other things that we need to do. We should monitor auto growth if it's happening a lot, and then you can do this monitoring by any third-party tool or default trace or error log you can use for that. And treat auto growth as a configuration issue. That's all I wanted to show in this particular demo. Hopefully this is helpful. Thank you.